Tuesday, June 16, 2015. This is Mercedes Diesel Guy, and this is my 1983 Mercedes 240 diesel. A little bit of a rare DIY video for you today. I am at the point in this long-term project where I'm working on the rear suspension, and I'm actually going to show you how to replace the rear trailing arm bushings. Now, I already have this trailing arm out. This is the driver's side rear, and I'm not going to show you removal and installation. It's fairly straightforward. I would recommend just going by the factory manual for that. I'm going to show you how to replace the trailing arm bushings without the fancy factory tool. Now, the trailing arm bushings are the bushings that are seated here and here. I replaced the passenger side bushings a couple of days ago, and one of them was absolutely trashed. Now, the other one seemed basically okay for a part original to the car, as do these, but I have brand new ones, so I'm going to install them. So more or less, to do the job, you're going to need one of these. Now, this is just a piece of 1/2-inch threaded rod. I think I got it at Home Depot, and you're going to need an assortment of washers and nuts and other various things that I'll show you as the job progresses. So I'm going to get this set up, and I'll show you what the first step is to press out one of the bushings. Okay, so here's everything set up to press out one of the bushings. You can see I have the rod threaded through, and I have it locked on one end using one washer and 2 nuts on each end. This keeps the bar stable. It's locked down tight. It's not going to turn on me when I don't want it to. And on this side here, I have a coupling nut and 2 washers that I actually had to grind down a bit to get to the right size. I had to do that because the washers I found, I bought 2 sizes here. I don't have an exact record of the sizes, but even the small ones were too big to go through the hole here in the trailing arm. So, as I said, I ground those down a bit. So all I have to do is use a wrench to turn this coupling nut, and that will pop the bushing straight out of the hole. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Now, I want to apologize in advance because I am losing lighting here. I'm doing the best I can, but if things are a little hard to see, it's because it's getting late. And I'm not sure if you can see, but it is definitely sliding out with every turn of the wrench. So you really don't need fancy tools to do this. Anyhow, I'm going to finish this up, press this out, and I'll show you how to press in the new one. And I just wanted to show you one more thing before I got the trailing arm set up for pressing in the new bushing. In order to press in the new bushing, you really do kind of need to lubricate it, and there are people out there using, various things to do that. However, this is what a lot of Mercedes guys are using now, and this is what I'm using, and it seems to do a really good job of it. This is called Sil Glide. I got this at Napa. I think you may be able to get it elsewhere, but it's very grease-like, and like I said, I just, I lubricate the rubber part of the bearing, and I also get some, inside the bore here, and that helps the new bushing slip in with ease. So once again, I'm going to get the trailing arm set up, and then I'll show you pressing in the new bushing. Okay, now as you can see, the setup is actually a little different for pressing in the bushing. You can see the rod doesn't actually extend out all the way on this side. I still have it locked on this end. Actually, I've got to tighten these up with a washer and 2 nuts. Here, I have it locked on this end with 2 nuts, a pair of washers, and this pipe, which I believe is 1.5 diameter by 3 inches long. And on this end, I have the greased bushing, 2 more washers, and the coupling nut. And once it's all set up like this, all I have to do is turn the coupling nut, and that will just ease the bushing into the bore. So just give me a second, I'm going to do my final tightening here, and then I'll show you pressing in the bushing. Okay, I have everything all set up now, and I got this started, so I'm going to show you pressing in the bushing. Okay, and once the shoulder of the bushing reaches the bore, you're done. It's pressed in. And all you have to do is remove all this hardware. Now, I like to do one bushing at a time, so now that this side is removed and replaced with a new one, I'm going to reverse all the hardware and lock it in place on this side, and then press that one out and press the new one in. And that's all there is to this. It's really not that bad a job. So if you ever have the trailing arms off the car, I highly recommend doing this job. It's not difficult, the parts aren't expensive. So this is Mercedes Diesel Guy. Thanks for watching.